I can't link the playlist. Reloaded. Pausing the music. Let's see. A game of Dota. Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2 for GosuCup number 4. And we are here with the semi-finals, or at least one of the two semi-finals. We are here with Neolution eSports International, or Neolution int, versus First Departure. Now, these teams have actually met recently in the CE Online eSports tournament. And at that time, Neolution was able to beat. See, I do believe it was a best out of 3 as well. And we're gonna see if this time First Departure can take a game back. Now, these two teams are they have been around for quite a while. We know that Neolution International, they have been picked up very recently for a sponsor. First Departure, they've been around for a while already under that name. And I know that a lot of you might not be very known to these teams, so I'm hoping that they're still going to be able to provide you with a good first impression, because I do believe that these two teams are pretty equal skills, so that we should be seeing a good match of Dota. And the reason I say that is, of course, because at the same time right now, another semi-finals is going on. It is the semi-finals between Zenith and RS. There are 2 English streams for that as well. You can check those out on Twitch TV if you want to find out all the streams for all the matches of GosuCup, which is basically at this time only 2 semi-finals. You can go to gosugamers.net/Dota2, and then on the front page there is actually the links to all the streams, so you can check that out. And you can find all the other matches there as well. But we are here with First Departure versus Neolution, and yeah, the reason I said the other semi-finals is because I think this one will be a bit more equal. So we'll get to see these two teams. One of these two will be in the finals, and we will at least have a bit of a heads up of what we can expect from that team. Then hopefully we will be having the finals straight after this best out of 3. Both games are best out of 3, like the finals and the semi-finals are best out of 3. So this is game number 1. So we're gonna see which one of these two teams is gonna be getting a game up in game number 2, like only has to win 2 games. Both teams have to only win 2 games. I know, I'm rambling. Let's look at the draft. We have got a Magnus and a Nyx Assassin being banned out, and a Bedrite and a Darkseer being banned out by First Departure. Now, I have to say, Magnus being banned out is not something that we see, or sorry, it's not something that I see that often in Asian Dota lately. I mean, we see it a lot in, well, maybe not that much anymore in European Dota anyway either, but it's interesting to see them banning that out. We might be seeing them going for a target like a lifestealer because of that, because of course, I mean, they banned something out that is something against a BKB hero, so to speak. So I'm curious to see what they're actually going to be picking up, and why they would not want that Magnus to be picked up by their opponent team. We have the Templar Assassin as a first pickup by First Departure, so they secure their mid lane and are kind of giving away, like, okay, you know what we want to do, and we want to pick up the TA. Now there is still the Queen of Pain in the pool, and you know, there's basically quite a couple of heroes that can stand against a Templar Assassin in the mid lane. So I'm curious to see what Neolution is going to be picking up against the Templar Assassin. A Queen of Pain would be the most logical one for me, at least. But we'll see. We actually have Neolution going into their bonus time for this. And we also have, of course, First Departure. They use their bonus time as well. They only have 47 seconds left. And they're taking their time. And we have a lot of heroes still in. The Phantom, like the heroes that we saw banned out in the previous game. Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light are still there. They pick up the supports. So it's a Shadow Demon, a hero that in the previous game we saw totally ignored, but I did mention him then also because Shadow Demon is one of the more stronger supports out there right now, of course together with the Nyx Assassin. And the reason for that is because of the picks of your opponent's team, basically. If now First Departure says, you know what, we still want to have that Keeper of Light Phantom Lancer combination, that's all fine, but Shadow Demon is a great counter for basically every hard carry, because you can just make copies of your opponent's hard carry. And now it's a Phantom Lancer, you can create illusions for yourself, so you'll have your own Phantom Lancer army. If it's an anti-mage, you can burn mana of your targets it's a great hero to have. It's basically a counter for everything. They also pick up the Rubik, so probably also going to be played as a support. And what I like about their pick so far is, I mean, yes, they're both strong heroes, but they aren't really giving anything away. Apart from that, they're probably going to be having a tri-lane. It could be aggressive and it could be defensive. Both of these heroes are considered fairly defensive heroes. And, you know, yeah, it can turn around to be aggressive. But, you know, it's Shadow Demon is a bit of the anti-gank. So if someone goes in on the carry of Neolution, disruption instantly there. And, you know, you're done. You can't initiate on that any further. Same thing goes for Rubik, although then it would be a telekinesis. The other way around, same thing. Shadow Demon's disruption can set up for great ganks and initiations. Get everybody in position for that kill. Rubik, telekinesis. Jumping, drop the target back into range of your team. And we are indeed going to be seeing a lifestealer, so that is the reason for the Magnus ban, most likely. Keeper of Light still picked up by first departure, but rather than going for a hero that is already great with that Keeper of the Light, it's going to be a Lone Druid. So we're probably going to see a Lone Druid on the off lane here. And first departure is actually going to give Neolution a chance to ban out that Phantom Lancer, to ban out that hero that is great together with the Keeper of Light, which is a lot. Like, for example, Chaos Knight is a great one to ban out right now. You would say, like, okay, you know what, that combination is not really too great, but if you have a tri-lane and you have a secondary stun, for example, with that Chaos Knight, Keeper of the Light is a hero that, you know, let me rephrase that. If there's a Chaos Knight combined with a Wisp, which is a great combination, really. You know why, you all know why. You have that Reality Rift combination with the Chaos Bolt. Now that costs a lot of mana. Normally, Chaos Knight can only do that twice. But if you then have a Keeper of the Light there as well, giving you mana back, you can just spam that out constantly. That's very annoying to deal with. So, and they actually are banning out all different heroes. So, you know, proven wrong there. But Queen of Pain's still getting banned out. So that's one that they don't want to be having up against a Templar Assassin. And again, I mean, they're just banning heroes out that they don't want to be seeing against a TA. It is the Brewmaster also. Now the reason Brewmaster is nice against a Templar Assassin is because of that Drunken Haze. You can just make sure that TA is gonna miss her last hits. I mean, you might not be able to kill her, but you'll get level 6 fast, and you'll be able to try and slow down Templar Assassin's farm. So good bans out there to make sure that Neolution is gonna have a tough time against a Templar Assassin mid, and they're really banking on the TA dominating mid game. Pugna, sorry, Puck, same thing. Wow, Pugna, Puck. We saw Puck in a previous game, so that's why I'm confused. We have got the Sand King banned out together with the Jakiro. Now that's interesting to see, or at least the Jakiro is quite logical because he's a good support together with a lot of the other different heroes. Enigma being banned out there as well for in case there's going to be a dual lane and they still want to go for a jungle hero. But the Sand King being banned out is not something that you see a lot. It's quite interesting. A bit of teamfight to be banned out. I have to say, I mean, Enigma also teamfight banned out. And I don't want to be surprised with Blinky and Burrow Strike's epicenters. That's of course, I mean, disables is something that's very devastating for a lifestealer. Burrow Strike is very annoying, especially if you are unaware that there could be a Sand King right below you, as in blinking in, etc. So we're gonna see what heroes first departure is gonna be picking up. They pick up a Disruptor, so that's gonna be a support. So that's gonna be a tri-lane. Beastmaster picked up by Neolution. It's gonna be their off lane. And it's a Naga Siren together with a Keeper of Light. No Phantom Lancer or anything like that. It is a Naga Siren. And Naga Siren, together with the Disruptor, can create some great combination, of course. The song can set up for some great static storms and kinetic fields, as well as, of course, the Ensnare. Naga Siren is a great hero to be pushing with her mirror images, with her Riptide. The only downside that she has is mana intensive, but then you have the Keeper of Light, Chakra Magic, hello. So that's great pickup there, and it does kinda, I mean, it's, if you combine a Lifestealer with a Naga Siren, as in you compare them, the thing about a Lifestealer is basically, you want to attack your target, right, really simple. So if they're gonna be having a man fight, that will be Naga Siren not really winning. At the same time, Naga Siren has got that net. Net goes through BKB, and hello Visage, oh my god, I love this! I really hope Visage middles. Oh, let's see if we're gonna have that. I would like to see that. We have seen it before, and it was very entertaining. Visage is a hero that has such an advantage early game with that nuke. I like it with that soul assumption. I like a lot. Let's see who's playing what first. But yeah, this should be a very interesting game. I will say, this is the last time I'll say it. I'm expecting a great game between these two teams. I'm kind of assuming that they're fairly even in skill. Like the previous game that we saw today was kind of one-sided. Without, yeah, you know, it was one-sided. And this game should not be. I hope. I got good hopes. I hope you do too. Anyways, let's see what we have here. We have Varshi Ko is going to be playing the Shadow Demon. It's going to be Ninja Boogie playing the Life Stealer. Lei will be playing the Beastmaster, with Blah playing the Visage. It will be Fox on the Rubik. And FYI, I love that these teams actually have their own names up. Kudos to them for that. Let's see if the same thing goes for Departure. First Departure, Lobby is playing the Disruptor. Miracle is going to be playing the Naga Siren, not to be confused, of course, with the European Miracle. We have Mean up on the Keeper of the Light. Game is Tough on the Lone Druid. And a name I cannot pronounce, playing the Templar Assassin, but there is an exclamation mark in it, so it's probably a very strong name. But I'm going to call her TA anyways. Let's see who's going where then. If we're going to have some... this could be an aggressive trial lane, but I don't think it's going to be. Naga Siren is wanting to get that farm. And she actually, Naga Siren, with the nerf that she got in, well, a couple of months back, her last hits, her damage, like 48 base damage. That's nothing. That's kittens, as someone would say. And that's going to be really tough. If she didn't pick up a Quelling Blade, so it was going to be tough for her to last hit, and therefore her being on an aggressive trial lane might not really work out, purely for the fact that she needs to focus to get those last hits going. And if I mean 48 last hits, Keeper of Light got 49, Disruptor got 52, she's the lowest last hitter, yeah, 51, and the TA of course a bit higher, 59. So she is the lowest base damage here in this game. Beastmaster actually at 60, but then again his attack speed is a bit slower, 57. 65, hello Life Stealer, and a Rubik being us 51, so oh, I'm only missing the Visage, and yes, we're gonna have Visage mid. Visage mid also very high, so indeed it is Naga Siren with the lowest base damage in this game. Let's see how well this Naga Siren will fare, because I mean it's definitely not easy. Illusion. Especially not if she's gonna be forced to last hit under a tower, which at some point might be the case. Looks like the bear is gonna be trying to pull the lane. Telekinesis is there to try and delay it from the creep wave, but it will still be in time. The creeps do see it. Let's see if they can kill it off. There will be an open wounds perhaps if Ninja Boogie wants to do it. They just want to kill off that bear. At the same time, I think they could have tried to pull this creep wave around there as soon as they notice, and then they would be fighting here rather than anywhere else. But now the bear will have done his job and will be pulling the lane back, so Game is Tough will be able to last hit and get, more importantly, get experience up. Yeah, do you really want to dive that? I don't think you do. Or we're gonna be in some trouble. I was gonna say. So we'll have a Templar Assassin up against a Visage. Now this is great. Like Visage, I mean, the thing is with the Templar Assassin, high nukes don't really scare you, right? Because you have got the refraction, so you're just fine with that. But the moment that the refraction is off, you'll have a nuke that does so much damage, because Templar Assassin is actually pretty squishy. He did pick up Grave Shield first though, so getting that extra movement speed for himself and slowing his own teammate down. And it looks like Neolution has decided to just leave the bottom lane empty for now, while the Beastmaster is in the jungle pulling and stacking and getting the farm up there, knowing that against a trial lane he probably couldn't do anything anyway. And that means that Miracle will have a easier time to last hit. He won't be getting harassed, and he will be getting those last hits going. So he'll be just fine. Of course, we can compare him a bit to the Life Stealer who's farming on the top lane, who also has to hit who has to last hit under his tower, basically the only one so far. He's seeming to be not being too happy about that. He is getting, of course, those last hits. You can just time it out slightly. Of course, the tower is a bit, you know, not entirely secure damage, but Ninja Boogie seems to be okay with that. And if you're asking me where is the first blood gonna happen, well, I do think it would be mid if someone comes to gank someone. As in, there is 2 lanes now with the trial lane that don't really have anything to do because everybody is elsewhere. As in, they're not really looking for the opponent. We have Lone Druid being very safe around his own tower and just having the bear trying to pull the creep waves. And of course, I mean, there's nobody on the bottom lane. So it would be mid with a gank of someone. And with the Visage there, it's kind of needed too. Visage is a hero that has that early game advantage, as in with the nukes. He needs to have those kills. He needs to get ahead. He needs to start nuking stuff. And that's gonna be Blad having to do that. But you know, he can't do it by himself just yet. Templar Assassin is just too mobile. He will be almost having his bottle actually. The courier's already retrieving an empty bottle and will be getting it back shortly. And this is all the mana that TA has. So this is Blad's chance. As soon as this refraction is off and the bottle is not back yet, we might see some initiation coming from Blad that's a bit more aggressive than it was before, as we have the courier just flying back, because now there's no boots on Visage. And there's the refraction, it's off, no more mana left for another refraction. Looks like Blad is not gonna be trying anything right here now though, and the bottle is almost back again, so this is gonna be just fine for him, as the bear is still being annoying. He doesn't bring any creeps with him, but it's okay. Creep wave is pushed out. Ninja Boogie is still last hitting at his heart's desire. He is now 20 for 3. We can of course compare him to the Naga Siren, who is 24 for 6. Fairly even, slightly ahead for Miracle, and that's of course because of those last hits under the tower for Boogie, and that's because the creeps have been constantly pulled by the Shadow Demon. Like on the top lane, they have to actually try to do something to maintain the balance of the lane, because that bear can just pull the creeps back, and otherwise they'll give Lone Druid experience. They don't really have to do anything like that here. They can just keep the lane in equilibrium just because there's nobody else here. No axes, no nothing. Nobody to disrupt that balance. Double damage room picked up by Visage, but can he actually do something with it is the question. He has got that Grave Chill and the Soul Sumption at level 3 even. He could try to do something. We have in the meantime, it is Ninja Boogie that draws something on a minimap, thinking that the smoke targets will be coming from the back, maybe versus this route, but maybe also versus it. They smoked up. They want to go for the Lone Druid. Let's see if they can. There is a disruption, of course, to start things off, but look at him being careful. He realized something is up because the lane is being pushed, so something must be wrong, and they are gonna go the other way around. And now Ninja Boogie gets what he wants. Now they go around the tower, and they are gonna backstab him. Let's see if they are able to do that. One disruption to start it all off. There will, of course, be a telekinesis as well, and an open wounds. But Ninja, our game is tough. He knows something's up and he is going to be hiding, and now they see him and now they are too late. Game is tough will be just fine. No first blood here on this top lane, with the tower actually getting some harassment up on the Shadow Demon. And Game and Stuff will still get the experience, so he's quite happy with that. And they will see the tower being pushed slightly. This might actually be the first tower going down. But, you know, no kill yet. At least something that you can be happy with. I mean, you're up against a trial lane. What else can you hope for apart from not dying, right? Can't really do anything else than that. In the meantime, Beastmaster is just continuously farming in the jungle. He is really not doing it that fast, so he has got 9 last hits in his jungle. And he's taking a lot of damage. He's got a bottle as well. Empty now, though. And he has got level 3. And we can, of course, still compare him to the Lone Druid, and then he's also level 3, so it's only a slight difference, but it's not ideal in any stretch. As Miracle is just continuing to last hit, as now the lane is actually getting pulled. This might end badly because Miracle will be forced to tank the creep wave a bit, but so far so good. Let's see if this is gonna be first blood. Grave Chill. Make sure that Blah gets some extra. Oh, jeez. Make sure that Blah gets some extra speed, and this was actually Beastmaster's way of just going back to base. He probably didn't lose any gold with that. We saw him being very low in the jungle, and he died in the jungle, and probably intentional to just get himself back up fast with full HP and mana without walking all the way back and forth. And he's actually going to be on the bottom lane now. He TP'd back, bought the TPs before he died, so he didn't lose any gold, and he will be trying to contest some last hits, or at least some experience. He has to be careful though. I mean, one ensnare could just set up a kill for him, as in a kill on him rather. The Hawk is going to be here just to make sure that he knows what's going on, though, when the Disruptor is going to come in, if there's going to be Keeper of Light helping out as well. As a Keeper of Light, we haven't really seen him that much. He's trying to jungle as well. He's level 3. He's doing what he can, and we have a disconnect, but I do think that's an observer, or at least a caster. Because there are, of course, multiple English casters for this match. If you want to check out others, you can go to Twitch TV. And it's not only this semifinals that's going on at this time, but also, of course, also the semifinals of Zenith versus RS. 2 semifinals being played at the same time. Finals will be held directly after this one, I do believe. Unless we're going to have the third place decider before that. I don't think so, though. But, you know, time will tell. Time will tell as we have some traps there, but the disruption is still there to start things off. Trap still goes up, but it's gonna be too late. Dust being popped, can't escape, cannot run, or can he? Hello Miracle, hello Song, hello Shadow Demon level 3, and then Snare, and that's gonna be a kill. At the same time, Templar Assassin gonna try to run away in 22 HP. And he should be able to. More movement speed for Blah with the Grave Shoe up on the Disruptor, but they can't find a kill. The first blood goes to First Departure as they get the kill on the Shadow Demon. The TP in from Miracle coming in time, and it looks like they might want to try again. They have another ensnare. Can they find a target? There's a level 4 Beastmaster. Only Grave Shield up on the Naga Siren. Illuminate flying through once more.
Radiant's top tower is
and no kills just yet. Even though Fox was looking for that telekinesis, cannot find it. Miracle too far back. And all of a sudden, 4 heroes in the mid lane for Neolution, and they cannot get anything done. Nothing done. And there's 3 only left for First Departure. The only one, of course, that wasn't there was the Templar Assassin, who was back in base because he got away on 22 HP. And that is a pretty low Templar Assassin. But she's probably very happy that she got out of there alive, because that would have been a very tough position to be in. And Miracle just saved the day there, and he is going to be going back to base and probably going to be going back towards the bottom lane afterwards to just continue her farm. In the meantime, on the top lane, of course, one thing that we have to keep in mind is that this Lifestealer is just free farming. He is having a good time. Maybe even a better time if he can get this kill. Open wounds. And a rage, can he get him? Tower bashing on him, but he doesn't care. One more hit to go, and he infests and jumps out and gets a kill with that and walks away with full HP almost. Has got himself drums. We'll probably be going for an armlet next, as we have got Templar Assassin being fairly far out of here again. Disruption could set anything up. And he is full on mana, but does he want to try this again? I'm not sure. Refraction up there is, of course, making things a bit more difficult, and they do know that Templar Assassin has also got almost full mana, so Refraction could be up again any moment, and then maybe, you know, your nukes are gonna be not so effective anymore. Let's take a look at the net worth. That's not really a surprise what we see there. We see, of course, the Lifestealer highest up on there. No, like I said, no surprise. He's free farming. Secondary highest, Miracle, free farming as well, but doesn't have that tower gold. More importantly, has actually left his lane to go to the mid lane. Yes, he got that kill, so he has got that extra gold from that, but, you know, last hit wise, it's also Ninjabuki that's ahead. The result of Miracle's tough position on base damage, which is now a lot higher, of course, but still not ideal. Ninjabuki is actually maybe overextending slightly. He's fairly far out there. There we go. I was gonna say, you missed your quick wave there. Some familiars waiting around, looking to do some damage. Of course, the familiars. Oh, are great food! I was gonna not say, but they're still great food. 100 gold per familiar, and that is a lot of gold to give to a Templar Assassin. Who already got face boots, by the way. She's doing just fine in this middle lane. I mean, Blah's doing okay-ish. Still below on gold on the Templar Assassin, though, and the thing that I said earlier still goes. Visage is a hero that has to profit from that early game. From his nuke damage, and he can't really use it. He doesn't really want to leave this lane, because then he would give too much free farm to this Templar Assassin. And to be fair, where are you gonna move to? Who are you gonna gank? The supports are in the mid lane. Bottom lane is someone with a song. You can't really initiate on him, because, you know, that's escape mechanism right there. And that was a Visage, actually. Wow. I was gonna say, well, that was where the Visage was. Well, that was fast. That was a kill. That was a glimpse back in a kinetic field, static storm, or kinetic field, and a thunderstorm. That is thunderstrike. Thunderstrike. There you go. But yeah, that's Visage all of a sudden, no longer in favor there. Even though he wasn't to begin with, but you know, now this might be the thing that he needed to rotate lanes. But then again, like I said, where are you gonna go? You can't go bottom, top's nobody there. And if you want to try to find someone, you have to dive a tower, and do you really want to do that as a Visage? You're not that high of an HP hero. As in the meantime, Beastmaster's finding himself some extra farm with these Ancients, as the bear is farming the neutrals. It's time to get some farm elsewhere. It will be Miracle who's gonna just continue farming. I mean, that's basically the name of the game, farming. Until someone decides, you know what, time for farming is over, let's go for kills, let's stop this laning phase. And both teams are actually profiting from having a very longer laning phase. 2 reasons, or at least 1 reason for each team. Of course, the Lifestealer is happy with just farming. He's really getting everything he wants on the top lane, so he's not gonna leave there anytime soon, unless there's gonna be some force coming there from first departure. We have Miracle still farming there freely as well, so he is fine with that, and he needs that farm. It's a Naga Siren needs that farm, needs that time. Templar Assassin, now normally she's one of those heroes that you want to see jumping around and gain some momentum in the game, but for now they're happy with how it's going. They're getting some kills, their supports are getting experience in the jungle, and they're just fine. That was the bird going down. The hawk. She does have her blink dagger almost though, and maybe with that we'll see her being a bit more aggressive, as Beastmaster is having a tough time clearing out these ancients, but should be fine anyways. Beastmaster's level 8 from these ancients, meaning that he has a roar. Now that's also a hero that you might want to see moving around a bit more now that he has that up. So who knows, we might be seeing them being a bit more aggressive. Same thing goes for the Visage, but they don't really have an opening. So that's, you know, I keep repeating myself, but it's just the way it is. Blink dagger now up on the TA. So let's see if we're gonna see some more action. Beastmaster's already backing off, gaining more HP and mana. By that time that he's back, we'll probably see them going for it. But at the same time, I mean, this will happen at the same time. The blink initiation, blink dagger. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna give courier? There we go. I was gonna say, slightly risky there. But we do have 3 heroes again in the mid lane for first departure, up against only 1 Visage, so he has to be careful, but he's going to be having help as well, as the smoke is up. They have the roar, they have the supports. It's Rubik, of course, level 6 already, because we saw the traps coming out. We have a disruption to set things off. They have a dust in case Templar Assassin is going to go into a meld. They are ready for it. And there it is, the blink, that is. Wow. Wanted to go for that. Well, then go for the second best target. It is a disruptor. I don't think he's gonna get any chance to get himself away there. Not even time for the nuke, but here comes the sleep. They want to initiate, but can they roar up on Miracle? And he might be overextending, and there goes the kill again, going the way of Neolution. Can they find more? They've already used the roar now, of course. They might be diving this for the Keeper of Light, but is Keeper of Light really worth diving for from the side, though? They're gonna go for this. They still haven't got the Templar Assassin. Open wounds up on the Keeper of Light, who will die. That's 3 kills from this initiation. And the TP in from Miracle is looking to be a bad decision right now, because I do think they might be also getting this this tower kill. Of course, Ninja Boogie coming away from the top lane also helped out quite a bit there. 5 heroes from Neolution in this middle lane, as they are the first ones to decide laning phase is over, guys. It's time to fight, and there goes a nuke upon the Disruptor again. Lobby dropping there. Neolution showing who's boss right now. Templar Assassin though blinking in melt damage. Bam! You're dead. Fox is gonna be put on the sideline for this fight. Ninja Boogie though not done just yet. Can he find a target? Illuminates flying through. There go more stuns up on the Templar Assassin from those familiars. Now open wounds, and the refraction is there. Where's the dust? They do have the dust. They already used it earlier though, and snare upon Ninja Boogie, who has to get himself away again. More Illuminates flying through as the tower is already dead. And now it is Neolution on the way out. Can they still find someone? No TP for him, and he is dead. Ninja Boogie, first time that he died. And it is the TA that picks up the kill, who actually wasn't one of the targets that went down. Templar Assassin now. She is just fine. I mean, she might have lost some teammates just now, but she's 3 for 0 for 1. Has been in 4 out of the 5 kills. I say 5 kills, but one of those was of course a neutral death, or death to neutrals from the Beastmaster, so we have to keep that in mind. So she's been in all kills so far that her team has done. And she is at her prime time right now. And Blinkin, melt damage, Shadow Demon puts himself in a disruption, and then Snare being stolen up on the TA. Telekinesis up on Miracle as well. Thou shall not chase, but I don't think that Shadow Demon is gonna be, yeah, gonna be staying alive, dominating TA right now. And Beastmaster gonna hide in the Roshan pit. They do realize he's there though. Roar going off on the Naga Siren. Is there gonna be more? Here comes a Fate Bolt. Static Storm Kinetic Field though. They have to back out from the strike there as well. Marking the exit for Miracle. Making sure that he can get away safely. The only thing they don't get is the tower, which is still very low. I do think it's in the 9 range right now. Should be. They might actually do try to deny that if they really want to. In the meantime, Familiar is trying to scout out this Keeper of Light, but they can't go in it anyway. And yeah, I mean, Miracle might have died just a moment ago. Of course, that's not good. You know, it's one of your hard carries. She has a Diffusal Blade, by the way, so that's nice farm regardless. But the thing is, with the Templar Assassin being 4-0 for 1, with the Templar Assassin being basically exactly where she wants to be, it's not gonna matter. Templar Assassin will be able to prolong the game long enough for Naga Siren to make sure that that death that she just had didn't mean a thing. She's gonna be given more time to farm, and that might be trouble. But at the same time, of course, I mean, there's still a Lifestealer. Yes, he went down. The same thing goes for him, though. Like, he's gonna be able to get farm as well. If the game is gonna be longer for Naga Siren to farm, the Lifestealer should be able to get some farm as well. And in the meantime, it's for both teams the same story. They got their carries farming while the rest is fighting it out over mid lane and trying to distract the other team from making sure that from trying to interrupt their carry from farming. The only thing that we have to notice, though, is that the Lone Druid is also one of those heroes that is going to be happy just farming. So it's basically 2 carries, not counting the Templar Assassin, counting her as a ganker for now. But it's basically 2 carries up against the 1 carry from Neolution. So first departure has to be, well, is slightly ahead because of that. Depending on how long the game goes. Like, if this game goes to, like, you know, 1.5 hours, let's hope it's not. But, you know, if it's a good game, then okay. Depends on what kind of 1.5 hours it is, of course. But if it does go to 1.5 hours, it should be first departure in favor, purely because of their hero composition. And, yeah, that might hurt Neolution. Playing Visage for 1.5 hours. I've actually done that once in a game. Wasn't my most fun game ever. We did end up winning, though, just saying. Not because of me, but, you know, details. Let's see, smoke was up again. They're looking for that roar up on the right Naga Siren, but can they find him? They don't really know who. He's trying to bait it out, seeing if it's the illusion there, or if it's that the real one. They now know. Oh, yeah. Hello, Disruptor. I don't think he's gonna be happy that he walked there. The exclamation mark came out from the Hawk, of course. And that's gonna be painful. 4 heroes there to take down a support might not be exactly what that's worth it, but you know, they try to keep the momentum, try to keep first departure busy. That's all they can hope for. That's all they can do in the meantime. Lone Druid gets an open wounds. Ninja Bookie decided to be in this fight once again. Gets an entangle though. Axe is still flying through. He gets stunned up by the familiars, and a nuke comes out from Blah, and that's gonna be the kill. Dominating Visage right now, 4 for 1 for 0. Hasn't got any assist. All the kills that he's been in, he's got the last hit. Now that is of course something that... hello, what are you doing? I was gonna say, illusions, thank you. Or, infests. Thank you. But yeah, that's of course something that you can do. With the Visage, you have got that Soul Assumption, it's a big nuke. And you can get your last hits on the kills with that. It's you know, if you're playing a support Visage, it's a great hero to kill steal with. Now he's a solo mid hero, so it's not that bad that he's actually getting those kills, gets that farm up, and he's gonna go for his next familiar. I like that. Like normally Visage is considered one of the hardest micro heroes, not the hardest. I mean, you have Meepo, etc. But the reason this is so much different from having, for example, a Chen, that of course has different what's it called? Minions, I should say, minions. Roshan, by the way, picked up by Lifestealer Aegis there. I did saw him taking care of that. But the reason is these familiars don't have the same paths as walking neutrals. Blink away, thank you. Open wounds is still there, but that should be the exit, yeah. Like a Siren in the meantime on the top lane, pushing and taking down the tower. So these familiars, they have so much more options with these pathings, which just, you know, they don't care about trees or anything. They just fly over it. So that's why they are considered more the more harder neutral. How do I say that?
Top tower is under attack.
Creeps. Things like creeps. Familiars to deal with. In the meantime, Miracle is having a fun time. He's not being stopped at all, and he's actually gonna go for the tier 2. Gold grab in the meantime, by the way, it's very even. We realize this game is fairly even. It is 1 tower basically in favor of Neolution. But that tower will be made even very shortly. As the mid tower did not get denied. Oh, he was 1 HP away from the 9 because it was of course on 131, I believe, and it should be on 130. But it was a kill. So more gold going away, should be evening out again as the glimpse makes sure that Lifestealer cannot do anything that gets glimpse back just in case he wanted to chase someone. In the meantime, on the top lane, talking about chasing someone, Visage trouble. Diffusal blade up there, and he's gonna be stunning those illusions to try and get himself away. Grave Shield's up on there, might try to chase something. TP out from the Naga Siren though. Didn't have mana for a song. Should someone else come to do something around there? Oh wow, this might actually be a kill still. Those illusions, and he gets the kill with his illusions. A miracle. Blinking on him with the exclamation mark saying, look guys, I got myself a kill with those illusions. And the tower still drops as well, by the way. Tier 2 dropping there, so that's 2 towers in quick succession of each other. So more gold going the way of first departure. In the meantime, game is tough. Not having such a tough time anymore because he does have a Maelstrom. And I do like Maelstroms on lone druids. Of course, normally it's... Wait, what are you doing here? First, seeing what these 4 are up to. They don't have a smoke. They're standing right next to a Radiant Ward. So if they're gonna go in, it's not a surprise. And it would actually be, the surprise that first departure knows exactly what they're up against. Oh, and now they know it's only Beastmaster left there. Can they get an ensnare? Should be able to get it. There's the ensnare. There's a... Oh, disruption's still there though. But the illusion's doing the job. Can he get that kill? He can! And now he's gonna be trying to get himself away. In the meantime, Shadow Demon still drops there from the Templar Assassin, blinking in, finding himself a kill.
Can no longer hide.
Ninja Boogie and Fox have to get away. That intended gank did not really work out as intended. 2 kills going the way of first departure. We're now slightly ahead in the gold, and experience should be soon going up a bit as well. It was most in favor of Neolution, which is quite interesting to see as there's now 2 kills in favor of first departure. But that just means that they got a bit more presence on the lanes, a bit more control over all the creeps. A nice stack here to take care of for Blafu. Those stuns from the familiars helping out. Manta style up on the Naga Siren now. She's gaining gold quickly, and now, of course, I mean, she doesn't even have only her mirror images, but more images to spam out with. More importantly, those pushes that we saw earlier on, I mean, her illusions are already killing people. And with that Manta style, it will be even tougher to deal with for Neolution. And just a quick reminder of what game you're actually watching. You're watching GosuCup number 4. Oh, Ninja Boogie and Snare. There's a melt damage going through Rage Up just to make sure they can't do anything. And there's a song with Ninja Boogie, the only one not affected by it. He's the only target. There's a Rage and a Kinetic Field Static Storm. Ninja Boogie cannot get away and will drop it. He has the Aegis. Will be up again shortly. Shadow Demon delays his death by popping the Disruption. Gem of Truth dropping as the Rubik drops as well. And that's gonna be a blink in, and the Gem of Truth is now in the hands of the TA, but oh, roar from the side, picks him up, picked up by Lei, and that is the gem back in hands of Neolution. And they might be getting this bear as well, looks like they are, yep. Neolution, they might not be getting the best out of that deal, as in fight-wise, they don't get that many kills, they only got the Templar Assassin. But they do get the kill, well, they do get the gem back at least. And they get the momentum of the lane. Open wounds here actually being used on the bear again. If they kill him again, this is huge. This is a lone druid without his bear for another 100 seconds with no items because his bear is dead. And that's a tower going the way of Neolution. And that's going to be the first tier 2 tower dropping on the side of first departure. Glimpse back into kinetic field. No, raging. He's gonna stop that from happening, and Ninja Boogie is just gonna go into the jungle, continue farming. They know exactly where he is though, they have a ward here, they might try to go on him, as they have got that ensnare. They're not gonna risk it. Happy with prolonging the game, happy with making sure that they first got their farm up before going anywhere else. And another, oh my god, this is a good game! If you watch my cast more often, you know that I'm a fan of Mjolnirs. And we have a Mjolnir Lifestealer. Lightning everywhere, maybe soon also a Mjolnir Bear. If you can summon it again, that is. It should be soon, but you know. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, so that's cool. As we have got the third familiar there, we have of course got that Aghanim's then completed up on the Visage, who is actually doing quite nice on gold. He has still got 2k gold in his inventory. Could be going for that mechanism, could be going for the pipe. Both desperately need it because if you look at teamfight potential from both teams, I mean that teamfight from first departure is pretty scary with a song to set up for a Kinetic Field Static Storm. We saw an example for it previous fight. I mean, in the end, I can't really say it was, well, it was a bit won by Neolution. They got that tower. They ended up forcing their opponents back. But it is still, of course, oh, I lost my train of thought. Awkward. But it is... It is still the fight that got more kills for first departure. There we go, that's the thing I wanted to say. With that combination, of course, that they had. Oh, they really want to take down Ninja Boogie. TP's coming, a snare is there. Thou shall now go away, Ninja Boogie. I think this is the end. He Infesto trying to do what he can, but you know, if there's gonna be 3 people TPing in to kill you, it's not that big of a loss. Because you make your opponent use a lot of resources and gold just to kill you off. And to be fair, Ninja Boogie was, I mean, he was here. This is not his side of the map, this is not his tower, and there is no help for him around there, so he was kinda asking for it in a way. Ooh, Necronomicon up on the Rubik. No. What? I was gonna say, up on the Beastmaster. Mechanism up on him, so that will be a pipe for the Visage as a pipe. I mean, like I said, team fight potential is in favor of first departure, so they need those team fight items up to make sure they can survive that, that combination and then fight back afterwards. That's basically the thing that they have to keep in mind, that they are gonna have to team fight at some point. Templar Assassin is also gonna go for a Manta style, so they're gonna go mass illusions here. Yeah, illusions, massive illusions. As we have a smoke up for an illusion, looking for a way in, looking for a gank, as we also seemingly gonna have a smoke here, or is it not? Nope. We have a gem of true setup on the Keeper of Light as well, though. Map control is what they want. No wards for opposing team, but at the same time, there's a gem on both teams, so will like equal each other out until one of those dies. Having said that, it's a Beastmaster with a gem versus a Keeper of the Light of the gem. Now Beastmaster is a very tanky hero, but normally is in the fight. Keeper of the Light is of course a squishy hero, but is on the sidelines normally, throwing out his illusions and his blinding lights, etc. So it will be even, as they're gonna see if they can get some 100 gold here. Familiar is trying to run himself away. They got one. They got one. And there is a resummon, but he didn't even try to go for it. Doesn't want to. Doesn't want to have to yet, as we have Roshan up again in 2 minutes, so we will probably have a fight for that one, as the gold graph around 0, experience graph around 0. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. For people that were here from the start of the cast, you know what I'm talking about. Even game! That's what we want, that's what we like. This game could still have anything happening here. And this Lifestealer picked up an Ogre Club. Now this is awkward, because normally I'd say, hello BKB, but you know, he has a build in BKB, why would he want to have another one? Maybe it's gonna be a Sanjay and Yasha. Oh, I hope that! More movement speed! Like, he already has the drums, he already has the boots, the threads. More movement speed would be that Sanjay and Yasha. And it's not uncommon to see Lifestealers with Sanjay and Yashas, by the way. So that could be definitely one to see. As we have 2,800 gold up on the Naga Siren, is probably gonna be going for a heart or something like that, as we have first departure asking for a pause, which Neolution instantly complied with. He needs a while. I wonder what a while is. Three to 5 minutes, so be prepared. So if you want to get yourself a drink, now's the time. Coffee, tea, beer, popcorn. Who knows? Who knows? Gives me time to once again say this is a best out of 3 for the semifinals for GosuCup number 4. This is game number 1. There's 2 semifinals going on at the same time. This is one of them, with First Departure taking up Neolution International. And the other semifinals casted elsewhere on Twitch. Out of my top of my head, I don't know which stream names, but I'm sure you can find them anyway. There's 4 casts, English casts I should say, because there's more casts than 4, but there's 4 English casts for GosuCup right now, 2 for this semifinals, 2 for the other semifinals, so you can check that out. And the other semifinals is Zenith versus RS, so you can watch that game as well. You can watch both at the same time if you have multiple screens, or at least you can have 2 streams open at the same time, switch the sound, whichever team or whichever well, what is that gonna say? Whichever fight is gonna be seeming more interesting, right? Anyways, let's take a quick look at all the stats, because I know you like numbers, right? Or graphs. We already saw the graphs just now. So let's take a look at the numbers. Of course, we can compare still the Lifestealer up against the the Miracle on the Naga Siren. We have gold per minute is 475 up on the Naga Siren, with Lifestealer being 510. Now the one thing that we have to note is that it's the Lone Druid and the Templar Assassin, which are still also pretty decent semi-carries on the side of First Departure, and we do have them not being that far apart from that, with 374 for the Templar Assassin. Lone Druid actually very far behind on 263. Which is awkward to see, because I thought he was a bit higher than that. At the same time, on the Dire, on Neolution, they have got, other than the Lifestealer, not that many semi-carries. Beastmaster could be considered it. I know Visage is decent up on the gold per minute there as well, 334, but my brain says not to see Visage as a semi-carry, although he has been doing a great job here. As we can see on this graph, we do see him high up on the kills, deaths, and assists, with of course deaths not being that high, but assist, or an assist either, assist also not that high, but it is 4 kills going the way of that Visage. Oh wow, since the last time we saw him, he's actually died once and got only 1 assist. Well, you know, he'll be okay. Templar Assassin is the one that they should be careful about, though, in the illusion that is. Templar Assassin is the one that has only died once so far, because of that roar that we saw when he was overextending, because he really wanted that gem. And that's the only time he died. Other than that, he's been a happy bunny, just jumping around the map, killing stuff. He's got 6 kills, only 1 assist. It's 12 to 8 in the skill score, 20 kills in 30 minutes. Of course, for people that are used to European Dota, that might not be as much as you're used to, but we see these teams, they know what they want. They know what kind of game they want to play. They know if they need kills or don't need kills. Of course, Neolution needs a bit more kills right now than First Departure, purely because of the heroes that they have. But at the same time, they can't really find openings, and the times that they do, they end up getting caught themselves. So it is not really ideal for them to try and initiate. And for First Departure, they say, you know what, we got late game anyway. Why try? Why try? And they're right about that, of course. They don't really need that. Let's take a look at the items also. We have 2 Mountain Styles complete. Now Templar Assassin, of course, having hers already as well. We saw the Blink Dagger, we saw the Diffusal Blade. Other than that, on First Departure, we don't really have that much apart from the Bear, of course, who has got his Maelstrom and almost got his Mjolnir. Happy times. And that would mean we have 2 Mjolnirs in the game soon, because the Lifestealer, of course, has that one as well. As Visage is doing okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Rod of Athos. Now, I do think this is one of the most underappreciated items in the game at the moment. Of course, it got buffed a couple of months ago. It slows 60%. That is an insane amount, and that is really devastating if you're gonna be a hero like Templar Assassin, who has to move around and jump around and kill around, etc. So, it is a great item to have. On top of that, he also, of course, also has that Grave Shield. So this is fight control. They know that they're gonna have to team fight sooner or later, and they want to have some control over it. And this slow is gonna be great for that. And I do love to see this item being used a bit more on a Visage. 2 heroes, a hero and an item that you don't normally see that much in competitive play, but I like it. I mean, normally, of course, you want to have heroes that can have that control, so you can buy other items instead. It makes sense that way. And just to give you a graph again, as someone asked in chat, I just did it before the pause, but I will do it again. 500 gold in favor of First Departure, which is really nothing at 30 minutes into the game. I mean, it's nothing at all. That's a 500 gold difference. Experience graph, it seems to be around 500 as well. Of course, the game is paused. Bar is in front of it, but it is around 500 experience difference as well. Oh, we can see it here on the bottom actually, and this is, yeah, it's about 500 experience as well. So it is, again, 30 minutes into the game. That's nothing whatsoever. And we still have a pause. We can only have a pause for 2 minutes. Apparently he was helping his mother. It's always good to help your mother. Yeah, and all of a sudden, I'm quiet because I'm running out of things to say. But I've been talking for a while now. Did I mention yet that I like casting this game? Because it's so even. I know a lot of you people were asking me to cast a Zenith match instead. First of all, I don't really have that option. It's the option for the admins. So, you know, can't really claim matches as it is. And second, there were already 2 English casters in there. And third, of course, I mean, you might know that GosuCup, it runs for an entire weekend. It's free to join for everybody. This is GosuCup Asia, of course. There's also a GosuCup America sometimes. No GosuCup Europe, but we have, of course, Gosu League as well. That's free to join for everybody. But what? It's a pipe? Where's the pipe? Oh well. I don't see a pipe yet. I was still thinking to see the visage going for a pipe. But anyways, sorry. If this long, if there's pauses this long, then I usually look at the chat a bit more, which might make me distracted a bit more, which is bad, of course, for casting. But you know, it's basically the only thing that I can do. What was I saying? I was saying that, oh yeah, I am not casting the Zenith match because, I mean, oh yeah, as you know, GosuCup runs for 2 days. Yesterday I was not able to cast GosuCup for the first rounds, and then if I would then be casting like I joined in today at 8 AM, the game started at 6 AM, it's a bit too early, because I went to bed at like 1, so it's not really ideal to then get up at 6 again, so, I jumped in here, and I don't want to be that person that jumps into a tournament to cast, and well, there has been people that have been casting the entire weekend, and then I come in saying, hey guys, let me cast all the best matches that there are. That's not good. That's not polite. It's not the way it should be. And I always, if I know that I have this, like, if there's another caster jumping into the finals and not casting anything else before that, and you know, that kind of makes me feel like, well, you know, bleh. It's not nice. It's not nice. And I know how it feels as a caster if you have been casting an entire tournament. So I don't want to do that. So I'm not casting Zenith. I'm casting First Departure versus Neolution. And I have to say, so far, I'm entertained. Are you not entertained? We have a visage. We have a fairly even game, though I do think late game First Departure will be having the edge on Neolution. But so far, I mean, somehow, I'm still surprised. But that fight in the mid lane, where the Templar Assassin actually died, we saw here, like, let me draw this. There was a, I can't draw while there's a pause. Damn you game. So we had a kinetic field static storm right here. Ninja Boogie died on his lifestealer. There were actually 3 deaths for Neolution. 3! And then, so the fight was going the way of First Departure. And then Templar Assassin jumped in after, or the Rubik died, and he dropped his gem. Templar Assassin jumped in, got a roar in her face, died, because she was greedy for the gem. And with only 1 kill, Neolution, all of a sudden, First Departure backs off. So even trading 3 for 1, as in 3 kills going the way of First Departure and only 1 for Neolution, even then, Neolution was able to push forward. They got themselves a tier 2 out of that. How does that work? So the potential is definitely there. And this game isn't over by any stretch, as we saw on the graphs. And the pause is unpaused. So we have Miracle, 3,300 gold. Let's see if it's gonna be a heart. It's gonna be something else. That's illusions. Ninja Boogie finding that. And there's the Sanj! Come on, Yasha! What he could also, of course, go for, it's a bit more of a supporty item, but it would not be bad because of the amount of heroes semi-care that the First Departure has. It wouldn't be bad for Neolution in general to get a Heaven's Halberd, just to disarm someone. Be that the Templar Assassin, be that the Naga Siren, be that the Lone Druid. Well, Lone Druid is not really that needed because he has his bear. And they're gonna try to go maybe for this Roshan. It is quite obvious that they did that though, because they of course destroyed the trap before going in. Let's see if they can initiate. They have got the song to initiate. As Miracle says, you know what? Well, there's nobody here. I'll use all my illusions to try and push the tower. I'll leave only the Manta Styles illusions at some point, but the push is definitely there. In the meantime, Roshan will be taken care of again by Neolution, again by Ninja Boogie. And they're gonna try to stop this push from happening. Miracle knows something's up though, so he's gonna be very careful. He's gonna be fine. Oh, he's gonna actually be called back by the Naga Siren, and he will, yeah, he will be able to do that. There we go, and they go towards the mid lane instead, where there is actually a lot of people here. 5 people. I say 5 because this is an illusion, but the pressure is still on there. And this is the last tier 2 still standing on First Departure. I think First Departure had a bit of a... Well, they saw the light in that break, thinking, you know what, we got this game, let's push! And they are pushing. So they are gonna be laying down the pressure slightly. They're waiting for initiation maybe with the Naga Siren, who just doesn't want to be out of, well, out of play that often or that long. At least wants to be able to continue to farm constantly. Might have her heart out complete now, not yet actually, almost. Almost, and they're actually not gonna be going for this tier 2 just yet, just rotating around looking for openings to go in on people, but they can't really find it, and in the meantime they'll just clear out the creeps. It's just fine. 5k gold. He needs only 100 more. That's fine. 4 stuff ready on the disruptor, so you'll have that one to initiate better, and more importantly, it's a great item to have against a life stealer, because if you get an open wound on you, you can just 4 staff yourself away, and you should be able to get yourself into safety. Or at least give your team some time to help you out. In the meantime, the Rubik doesn't really have anything like that just yet. He's really got nothing basically, because he's a support, of course. I mean, there's no real surprise, but he should be very careful, because a Templar Assassin, if he jumps on him, he's dead, and he probably wants to go for a Ghost Scepter or something just to make sure that he can stay alive as Templars. This is not your base. TPs are gonna come in. Telekinesis. What's he doing? Trying to hide, pop an Invis rune. You shall not run. Trying to kill something, but the refraction is stolen by the Rubik. Well, that's a good counter, and you know, what are you doing there? Like, this way, this game can go on for a long time if they do this kind of stuff. But yeah, Templar Assassin decided to go for the excursion. In the meantime, pushes on the bottom lane. Tier 2 tower dropped here as well. That was Ninja Boogie to take that one. As ooh, I like this. This is Ninja Boogie. He is in the hawk, looking for people. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't think I haven't seen this in a while. It's a life stealer in a hawk. Where's he going though? That's the question. Oh my god, this is such a good trolling thing. But then again, life stealer can kind of decide for himself where he goes. Oh, hello. Oh! Ninja Boogie, he gets the disruptor and he goes on the bear next. Where's his team though? Is it gonna come soon? Yeah, here they come. They have a roar ready. Are they gonna go for this air axis roll fly? They need to find the right Naga Siren. They do now, and there's the roar. There's the open wound. Telekinesis by Miracle. He buys back though. We'll be back here shortly as Keeper of Light getting slowed down. Will drop. Gem of True Sight dropping as Lay will die there as well, but it doesn't matter. Both gems on the floor. Doesn't matter, and indeed it is Heaven's Halberd on the Life Stealer, and this is an ensnare. This is what you can do against Life Stealer. Just stop him and the song. And everybody in the wrong base for a Neolution, but they can get out. They can't go for a tower just yet, because the backdoor protection is there. The glimpse back from Ninja Boogie inside the kinetic field only puts him in range of game is tough though, and he gets 4 staffed away from him. In the meantime, Shadow Demon will still die to the Naga Siren. His Templar Assassin getting a nuke up on her. Has to be careful. Will give refraction up just in time. Goes for Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie has got his armlet. Can toggle it if he wants, but goes down anyway. Has, of course, got the Aegis though. We'll be back shortly as we still see Visage being dropped down there. And now Ninja Boogie has to get himself away. Can rage to get away. Should be able to. And this, I don't know if that was worth it, but it was funny nonetheless. And this is 4 heroes down for Neolution. Aegis being gone as well. Yes, they got a lot of kills. I thought it would end with just the disruptor going down, but it was I mean, what did they actually accomplish? Nothing. Nothing. No tier 3 towers down. No tier 2 towers down. It's just a fight. Just because they can. Just because they can. Yeah, the Heaven's Halberd's nice. Oh, Glimpse back. Raging. Make sure that he can't get Glimpse though. You're fine. You're fine, Ninja Boogie. It's called Boogie. Maybe he wants to be called Boogie alone. But we know it's Ninja Boogie, so he was a ninja, to be fair, on that hog. Disruption. I will make illusions of your illusions and raise you by 2 illusions. Or something like that. Yeah, that's just illusions only. Because the real one is on the top. Pushing out with their illusions again, and that's indeed the start of the heart, but also the start of the butterfly. So that's quite fun. I see the chat picking up on about 2 minutes ago what that fight was. It was funny. I thought it was funny. I hope you yeah, you did, because I see you in the chat. I see you. Hello, Gold. Ninja Boogie, what are you gonna buy? 4k gold in his inventory. Is he gonna do it again? Please do it again. Was it really useful? To be fair. Oh, he jumps into a fresh one though. Is he? Okay, this is a fresh one. This is a new one. You have to wait 1 second. Yeah. Hello.
Radiant's top tower
Where are you going, Hawk? I'm sorry, there's stuff going on in the meantime, but this is just Illuminates flying through. Oh, this is fun. Can they do something more? Now the song is on cooldown. They might be able to get somewhere. But Beastmaster taking a lot of damage from this creep wave though. He has a mechanism, so you'll be fine. Well, a bit of an anticlimax after last time. And they're gonna go for the barracks. This time they're being safe. Let's go for the towers first. Roar up on the lone druid as these kinetic field static storm is there. Melt damage going through. Beastmaster getting ensnared. Beastmaster going down. Another ensnare up on the lifestealer in range of nothing. Has to be careful. Has to walk away. Doesn't have a rage for now as we do see Shadow Demon being picked up as well. And now Boogie. No more mana for a rage. Because the Diffusal Blade burns it all away. And another ensnare. And this should be Boogie on the end. This should be Boogie going down. Armor Toggle is not going to save him. And it's going to be Fox that should be dying there as well. Diffusal Blade. Bam, you're dead. Triple kill going the way of the TA. And the last one now down 2. And that is going to be his familiars being taken care of. Well, only one surviving. Never mind. Boom. 5 heroes down for Neolution. And again, they could not manage to do anything. They lost all their heroes once more. I do feel it's starting to be a bit desperate on the side of Neolution. They can't find that fight, and it's coming to that point where the lineup for first departure, as said, they just have more potential with their carries, more potential with their heroes late game. And the lone druid is getting pretty damn big. With actually an assault grass is being built up rather than the Mjolnir. Shame on me, or shame on the bear for not giving me the pleasure of seeing another Mjolnir, but you know, can't have it all. And yeah, that Templar Assassin is starting to get pretty dangerous, and she is building it for a semi-carry, rather than going for the ganker build, which is of course, I mean, is way past that time to be fair. And MKB probably gonna be next, unless he wants to go for Deadlist, by the way, because that could be a possibility as well. It has got 4.2k gold, as the Naga Siren has got the heart complete, and now Butterfly is gonna be next. Looks like Visage is gonna be alone with her headdress. Not gonna be getting anything more, apart from, or at least not gonna be going for the pipe. Ultimate Orb still left in the inventory. Maybe a sheep stick. More control for the enemy heroes, because they need that. But yeah, last 2 fights that we've seen are both initiations from Neolution. I mean, they were great initiations, don't get me wrong. But they didn't get anything in return apart from a team wipe on themselves, and that's not really ideal. They don't have a Roshan just yet. 2 minutes for another one. Let's see if Neolution is going to get the next one as well. They have had the Roshan control so far. Nothing really going the way of, no Roshan going the way of first departure. But they have to be careful, because last time when they went for Roshan, they lost tier 2 towers. 1 tier 2 tower only, but still. And they can't really afford to lose their last one, or at least it might be just a bit too much, because one push could be all that first departure needs. One mistake, one of those team fights that we saw again from Neolution, if only one lane is pushed in, that could be it. So the chance for Neolution right now is, I mean, head-on-head team fights, we've seen that doesn't work. So what they do need to do is catch somebody out of position. What Lifestealer and the Hawk are trying to do, to be fair, but they try to do it a bit too close to the enemy's base. But catch someone out of position, kill that person off, and then go for a fight that they are actually ahead of based on pure numbers. 4 on 5 fights. MKB, by the way, up on the Lifestealer, so already in advance, countering the Butterfly that might be up on the Naga Siren fairly soon. But then again, this might also be turning into a Heaven's Halberd. To just disarm that Lifestealer. And if you Heaven's Halberd the Lifestealer, there's nothing he can do, and he's the only carry. Like, a Lifestealer has got a couple of choices to use the Heaven's Halberd on. Templar Assassin and Naga Siren. But Lifestealer is the only target for first departure. If Lifestealer is not there, this is the real one, by the way. And he takes down the tier 3, and he's gonna go for the barracks, and they're gonna trade Roshan for this song being used to make sure that the Miracle can get away, but he should be able to do that. And he actually gets pulled back towards the mid lane by the Keeper of the Light. Roshan still gets taken down, Lifestealer picking that one up, but again they trade, and this is not a good trade. Templar has his illusions in the meantime on the tier 3s. As Lifestealer finds himself a Keeper of Light, he's just a one-man army right now with those familiars. Keeper of Light, a support that of course was easy to pick off. Talking about easy pickup, this is not an easy pickup, but it looks like Beastmaster might be able to do it anyway. Does he have more access? Will fly. There's no refraction. Now it is, if he wants to. There it is. Should be able to get away with those face boots. Beastmaster just chasing him down though. Is not extra fast. Does have the cheese. It's a mechanism. I'm not sure if this is the right path for him to take. Access will miss. Yeah, he should not be able to get it anymore. Trap will make sure that he gets slowed down. In the meantime though, this is illusions. And this is 2 racks down on the side of Neolution without really any big fight happening. Imagine what they can do if they actually win a fight there. And that nuke is not gonna hit anymore. And Lobby will be fine. Bear, what have you got? Nothing. Come on, Bear. You can do it. Yeah, it looks like Neolution wants to go for another push. Oh, hello, Lifestealer. Where are you gonna take us today? Oh, nowhere. Well, that's a disappointment. And again, exclamation marks coming out. This is from the Naga Siren. Just to say, look, he infested. His escape is gone. And this is just first departure. I mean, they're ready for this. They know they can take this. It's like, you know, we've done this before. We can take you again. And oh wow, look at these familiars just chopping down these towers. And they are gonna be turning into stone to be back to full strength again shortly. But they are fairly easy to be picked off. And that is actually Boots of Travel. Because Miracle thinks, you know what, I'm done here. I'm gonna be going to the top lane. In the meantime, this might be the opening that Neolution was waiting for though. And Tangle off on the Beastmaster, taking a lot of damage there. Might actually be going down. Has to walk away. In the meantime, Visage is already being dropped off by the Naga Siren on the top lane. Or did he TP back? He actually got called back by his Keeper of the Light, as we have Fox going down as well. Buyback from the TA, buyback from the Visage, buyback from the Lone Druid, because all did go down to Ninja Boogie's might. And Miracle looks to be next. Soul Catcher up on there as well. Can he run? He runs away from his base though, trying to at least make sure that even if they win this fight, they can't push. As the glimpse goes back up on Ninja Boogie. But he just eats his way back from the Lone Druid. And actually that's not gonna happen because the kill is still there. The Aegis hits as well though. Melt damage will go through. Rage is there as well. Eats the bear up. Can get the kill on the bear. Goes now on the Templar Assassin, who knows they have to run away until the rage runs out. And they get him as well. Infest is not gonna save him this time. Levi is back. And again, they don't get anything done. Illusions are still here though. Miracle finds himself another Visage. He killed him off before. Can he do it again? It looks like he can. The extra speed is not going to save him. Disruption might though. Disruption will indeed. Song being used. Miracle can get away. Cannot get away. Sorry. Hello Ninja Boogie. That's a kill. So many illusions. I don't even know which the real one is anymore. But yeah, that is, I mean, that's just a bit of potential that they have. Like, they can just have Ninja, or have Miracle TP somewhere with the Boost of Travel just to push. Call him back instantly with a recall, and having just the illusions, which should not be underestimated. Those illusions are painful, are deadly. We've seen it before today. Those illusions will be able to pick off those heroes of the illusion, and even the barracks and the towers, etc. Tier 4's already taken some damage there. And the illusion, I mean, they feel the pain, they feel the pressure. They need to go now because the buybacks are on cooldown. It's not just their buybacks that are on cooldown though, it's everybody's buyback that it's on cooldown. Apart from Miracle, he's still alive. As in, oh my stick. Now he is alive. I was gonna say he still had his buyback, but he was dead. But now he doesn't have his buyback. He is alive again though. So, you know, the only one with a buyback now is the Keeper of the Light. Rubik almost has a cooldown or has a gold for the buyback, but what is he gonna do really? And it's again, first departure waiting for a team fight incoming. I mean, they're ready. Like I said previous time, they've done this before. I mean, they might not necessarily win every team fight, but they're not losing them, and they're not losing any towers. They're not losing any part of their base, and they already got one set of wrecks done, and they have got the illusions here as well, and just making sure that the lane is constantly pushed. And that's a danger that you have at Neolution. Oh, open wounds. Wait a second, blink away instantly though. Can they find a new target? It's the bear. Has to get away. Kinetic field, static storm, locks back in the Beastmaster. Silence again. No roar for him again, and goes down before he can do anything. And the Shadow Demon goes down as well. TA just blinking up on him. There's a glimpse back up on the Lifestealer. He rages. TP's out. Should be able to do that. And in the meantime, Rubik gonna try to run away from this as well. He's gonna try to TP but can't because the song is there. And that should be Fox going down as well. Bam. And he buys back. Knows that he can. Knows that he should. And I mean, that's like I said, what I was gonna say earlier before they tried to go in there. You cannot leave your base for too long a period of time because the lanes will be pushing in. And of course we've seen that before. When the lanes were pushing in, not only because there's a barracks gone, not only because there's mega creeps on one lane, but that is also, of course, because of Miracle just TPing there, getting his illusions up on there, and then getting recalled back to still be in the fight to try and take the fight there, and then just push onward. So it's a tough situation that the illusion finds themselves in. A very tough situation, and we are gonna see them fight until the bitter end though. I mean, they have proven to be a team that is not afraid of risks. A bit too overextending sometimes, and sometimes just a bit too enthusiastic in trying to take kills rather than trying to take towers. I have to say, I love the combination with the Lifestealer and the Hawk though. Even though it hasn't really worked out that well. But this game, 48 minutes in. It's Singing trio. Like a, wow. Singing trio? Really? That's your sentence? I don't every time he goes mirror images, is he then gonna say singing quartet? Isn't it a quartet? I think it is, right? Like 4? If you're singing with 4, I think it is a quartet. Yeah. At least it's that way in Dutch. I just translated it into English.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As we have indeed the Daedalus completed up on the TA. Maybe MKB next. We've got also the Daedalus being built up on the Lifestealer. No buyback for him, and he's jumped himself into a Hawk once more. TP's out first though. And you can just clear up the illusions here. Excellent. What's with the pinging all the time?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
As if they don't see this. This is fake ones. Fake ones that still managed to take down a tier 4 though. Pretty tanky fake ones, I have to say. And still only a Talisman of Invasion up on the Naga Siren. No butterfly or anything like that. Could be getting it though. Has the gold. But wants to have buyback gold as well, of course. $4,200 gold. Everybody is so damn rich. Where can I see the gold that they have? Current gold. Let's look at that. It's the Radiant team that is definitely ahead. We do have Visage very high up on there as well though, but he still hasn't bought anything next to the ultimate orb. And again, they need those buybacks ready. They need to win one big team fight for Neolution, and then they might be able to try and push. But at the same time, they don't have a lane that's constantly pushed in. So it's not that easy to just say one team fight and that's it, because that one team fight might have buybacks from first departure as well, and then they all of a sudden have to go for 2. Demon's Edge up on the Lone Druid. We'll see what he's gonna be buying with that. And Kills Death is an assist up for you. So sure you can see what's going on there. In case you've joined later. I always find that if I'm joining a stream later, I miss this. I just want to see what's going on, what's been happening, who's ahead, who's behind, who's doing what. Oh, Ghost Scepters. But the roar is still there, yeah. Okay, keep it light.
I have failed in my quest. How long I've waited.
Okay, that's the voice actors. I'm normally giving them a bit of time. This is fakes. They realize that though, but they can't really afford to have them fakes. create their own fakes out of the fakes. It's always good. And with the real one TPing back to base right now. But yeah, there's two things they can do right now, Neolution that is. They can push back top lane constantly until they're at the base. Until they can push in their own top lane, like right here. But at the same time, they have to make sure that they don't forget the mid lane, because the moment they start a siege on the top lane, Naga Siren will TP somewhere and we might be able to get a tier 3 tower elsewhere. And you don't really want to be giving another lane away right now. You really can't. It's not, well, it's possible, but you shouldn't do it, because, you know, you'll probably be giving the game away if you do that. In the meantime, it looks like Rubik is in a lot of trouble. Pops his ghost after, but Templar Assassin already given up on that chase. Got 5k gold right now. Let me drink some water, because this is a very talk intensive game. I have to have water. More illusions. It's a battle of the illusions. Roshan though, again, Dire side. Visage Aegis. Interesting. And a sheep stick. That's nice. Cheese up on the lifestealer, not bad either. Just look at this.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Just look at that. They don't even need to fight. Oh, what? That Rubik? What you doing, Rubik?
Dire's ancient is under attack.
What you doing? You have to be careful with those creeps. In the meantime, Lifestealer is going to be finding a bear. Sheep up on game is tough. Kinetic Field Static Storm though. And it is the Visage that dies first, but he has the Aegis. We'll be back up shortly. But it's 2 versus 4. They can't fight here. Why are they trying to fight here? Ninja Boogie going to go for the Lifestealer at least. 4-star forward though is alive for now. Is it overextension? Entangle up on Ninja Boogie. Are they gonna try to go on this? Yes they are. Hello, Templar Assassin by Ninja Boogie. He buys back though. And that looks like the Aegis was a wasted thing up on the Visage as he dies as well. The cheese is not up anymore either upon the Lifestealer. And illusions. Oh, these illusions. Distraction mid lane. Dire's Ancients down to half HP. BAM! They don't even need to do that. They don't even need to fight. They can just go on a wild goose chase or lead Neolution on a wild goose chase while Naga Siren is doing the works. With the butterfly now up, by the way. So he finally bought that one. But yeah, that was the Roshan being, or at least again in the gold still for Neolution. But the Aegis and the cheese gone. The buyback on the Lifestealer gone. And it's starting to look not so good for Neolution, in case we weren't aware of that just yet. The game is lasting a bit too long. Oh, he doesn't want to fight. Song is there on one side to hold everybody in position, while the Naga Siren Illusions just go for the barracks. In the meantime, Rubik goes down to the TA. We can imagine how that went. And Lifestealer and Beastmaster just want to take down that. In the meantime, Game is Tough decides, you know what, there's buildings here still, I can take them down. A Templar Assassin getting harassed here. Demonic Purge up on there, goes inside a Melt. Kinetic Storm there as well as an Entangle. Lex on the Beastmaster who goes down. TA still goes down as well though, but is it gonna be enough? Ninja Boogie Entangle again, Illuminate going through. Game is Tough being turned into a piglet once more as Visage trying to do what he can, but a GG is called because Naga Siren just makes sure, you know what? I said it a zillion times. I don't want to fight. Either there's a song that prevents them from fighting, or there's, you know, there's just that kind of, or there's solutions that take down the throne that prevents them from fighting. Anyway, this was only game number 1. We're gonna see game number 2 and potentially also game number 3. Stick around. My name is Sheever. If you want to support me, subscribe to my YouTube on youtube.com/SheeverGaming. You can of course also subscribe to my Twitch account, which is where you're watching right now. But if you don't want to do that, then you can always turn off ad block, which is very welcome as well. Anyways. Let's get ourselves into another game. Stick around, don't go anywhere, be right back.